Hey, what's up, guys? It's Josh Engel, also known as Anti-Pro.
And I'm Mike Bisson, a.k.a. Mohawk Mike.
And we're coming at you with the Reload for the week of December 12th through the 19th.
There were quite a bit of events going on, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it.
As always, we're going to start out with StarCraft 2, the Blizzard Cup, 2011 Blizzard Cup, which is put on by GOM TV, happened across the entirety of last week. And I'm not going to lie, Mike, there were some really, really intense matches.
You know, it's funny because every week we happen to mention great tournament, great experience.
This was the greatest
tournament,
the greatest experience. Seriously. I'm not going to go into detail with like some of the matches beforehand. I do want to throw out the ridiculousness of MC and DRG in the semifinals. It was kind of insane to see MC pull out carriers. He went for this crazy like all air build. Like he only had like, I don't know. It was something like, I want to say like only 5 ground units. Yeah. And then he was like, I'm going to go all carriers in a mothership and I'm going to keep doing it. So that was pretty insane. But the finals, MMA versus DRG. Now here is the craziness, right? Here we are in the finals. MMA takes the first 3 games. And it's not like, DRG fought really hard.
It's close games.
It was the first game was the closest game, but the next 2 were kind of landslides. And I'm not gonna lie, it was actually I don't want to say sad. Like it was disappointing almost because after you hit those 3 games, you're just like, wow, like it might end, And DRG, he wasn't having that.
No.
Some of his fellow players and coaches jumped into the booth and they were, pumping him up, ready to rock and roll. And DRG ends up winning the next 3 games. And it's not like he kind of scraped by. It was like the tables were turned.
Reverse.
So DRG turns right around. He ends up taking the next 3 games. That the second game that he won, oh my God. Like it was like textbook amazingness. Great awesomeness. As we coined the first or last episode.
Circle with a little R inside of it.
And so here we are. 3-3 in the finals. Game number 7. Tastosis is going insane. They are flipping to shit. And I'm not going to lie, it was probably the most intense Game 7 that I have seen in, like, ever. Ever. Everyone is literally running around going, this is literally the best series and game that I've ever seen in my life. They went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It ended up getting up to the last battle. Both players, had like little mining going on. They were down to their last leg, and MMA swoops in and does this crazy like behind the scenes drop, takes out DRG's final mining base, and DRG just couldn't pull it out. But MMA for the win, and they all ran out and they were throwing him up in the air. It was like he was like a rag doll going up and down, up and down. But congratulations to MMA. He is pretty much crowned as being the best StarCraft 2 player because that was the whole deal with this competition is they pulled out people from different tournaments that won different tournaments, MLG, the top players from the GSL, etc. So good job, MMA, and hopefully that's something to bring us into the next year. So next year, hopefully we'll see some crazy awesome matches. So also going on this week in the fighting game community, we have the SoCal Regionals. And unfortunately, I didn't actually get to watch a lot of the streams. When I got home it was actually our own fighting game tournament here locally.
Yeah.
Shout out to Power Up and Arcade Legacy.
Arcade Legacy.
They had their Christmas combat tournament, and I actually got home and tried to watch some of the games going on, and I actually got home too late, and I missed it. So, but they had Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was one of the big games, and the top 3 players are Justin Wong, mine, and UVG. It was from what I read in some of the VODs that I caught, like it was some pretty great competition. Kind of the interesting thing is Justin Wong used Iron Fist, which most people out there that play Ultimate are like,
Haven't really seen him implemented yet.
never.
It's kind
And
of
I don't want to say people thought he was bad, but like just not anyone used him.
not
But
in that technique.
yeah, but Justin Wong used him the entire tournament, and he showed everyone that Iron Fist is a good character for sure.
I do have to give a shout out to Noel Brown though, because he used Frank West, which I'm liking the Frank West. He had Wesker, but Frank West, I'm liking to see the new implication
Right.
of Frank West, because he's got that level up system, and a lot of players are really experimenting with him. And so to see Mr. Brown come out and kind of represent, with Frank West.
And Wesker, of course.
And Wesker.
You know,
Well, Wesker and,
But I'm looking at it,
Wesker
we
and
got-
Wolverine.
Well, mine used Wesker, and Justin Wong didn't. Justin Wong had Iron Fist, Wolverine, and Akuma.
Yeah.
So no Wesker there. Also going on, you can't have a fighting game tournament without Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition 2012.
New update.
New update. I actually haven't played it since the new update.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I'm really guilty. I haven't been keeping up with my Super Street Fighter. But interestingly enough, the top 2 players were from Team Evil Geniuses. So
Who won?
Justin Wong.
Oh, no way.
Oh no!
Surprise.
Surprise! But going back to the last episode where we were talking about Evil Geniuses not getting into that, was that League of Legends or was it Warcraft? One or the other. All I know is they didn't get out of the bracket. But this time, EG's like, hey, we're gonna take number 1 and number 2 like a
fighting
boss.
games all day.
Like a boss. So we got Justin Wong and Ricky Ortez and iPru in the top 3. And Justin Wong ran Rufus and Adon, and then Ricky Ortez did Rufus, and iPru did El Fiorte. I hate playing him so much. Not playing as him, but playing against
Not
him.
as much as I hate playing against Balrog, probably.
Dude, that guy is like, whoa, 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 jumping around like, can't do it. So that wraps up the SoCal Regionals. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the Asus Cup.
For everyone who don't know, I kind of mentioned it last week. The Asus Cup 2011, not to be confused with the Asus Winter Cup, which happened earlier this year, was dubbed the final battle of the year, which this was the last official LAN tournament of the year, in which I have official results from Quake and Counter-Strike, which in all honesty were kind of hard to grab a hold of. So I'd like to thank everybody out there in the community who were, retweeting the events and the different matches and stuff like that. So
yeah, it was hard to find some of those results. We had our meeting that we always have, and everyone's like, hey, like let's go find some of these results, and we had to like comb through like sites that were written in Russian, and I don't know if you guys know how hard it is to try to translate sites even on Google or whatever. But, I don't understand sometimes with some of these tournaments, they don't update their websites. It's like, come on, guys, you're making our job so much harder. Seriously.
Yeah.
But, props to those out there who really keep their tournament stats updated and rocking and rolling on their websites. So
as far as Quake Live goes, the major kind of storyline is that you had Cooler right off the bat. There were 8 players that were invited, and they were initially put into the bracket. Invited players, here's your seeds. And then they also had 2 online qualifiers where they actually had 8 players won the opportunity to compete in Kiev, Ukraine at the Cyberzone Esports Arena,
which is
crazy.
It's like a crazy esports stadium.
It's weird because you kind of look at the neighborhood it's in, like looking at the pictures and everything, and you're like, what the heck is this building? What are they doing here? But it's great. I wish we could get one of those here.
You say it had like a ridiculous pro shop in it? With
you walk inside the video I seen, and there's a hallway, and you walk inside the hallway, and there's 2 doors. One leads you to the pro shop where they sell mice and keyboards and cases and things like that. Then you actually walk inside of the arena, and there's trophy cases, and there's over I think it's up 120 PCs all in rows, and they have a main stage that's dedicated to showing all the matches going on. So it's really cool to see, really exciting. We'll have to see how much more that's actually implemented with all the new tournaments going on. But as I mentioned before, Cypher, Cooler, Strengths, all invited. Cypher made it. Cooler dropped out. Strengths dropped out. So right off the get-go, you have 2 big players who didn't make it out.
Cooler, man.
Yeah.
That guy's pretty good.
Cooler to me, coming from the Quake community, he's kind of he's the Hulk Hogan of Quake.
Oh.
Everybody loves him, and we love seeing him come out for major events, but then sometimes you just kind of sit there and you're like, he just hard matches that you don't really want to see. Because you want, like, his legend is just so big. But anyway, top 3, Cypher takes first, Agent takes second, and Ash takes third. But as the last LAN party of the year, that kind of solidifies Cypher's main reign, seeing as how he won DreamHack, that he is the 2011 Quake Live dual champion.
Powerhouse.
Yeah, taking all the titles.
All the marbles.
On the other flip side, they also had Counter-Strike 1.6, which featured a lot of the European teams, and Moscow 5 came out guns a-blazing. There's
like
a full
mouse.
16-team roster, and Moscow 5 is like, yeah, you know, we had a hard time at ESL. Yeah, we had a hard time at WCG, but this is our town, and we're taking this.
Home field advantage.
Moscow 5 takes it, Counter-Strike 1.6. And like I said, I believe there were other games going on, but it's still weird that
all the information's all over the place.
Yeah.
So if we get it, check out the website because all of that information is going to be up there. And we also have a few other recaps coming out really soon as well. So BossFight.TV. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Great awesomeness.
Great awesomeness. Also, just I kind of forgot to mention it, but for those of you who have not heard, Quake Live is actually getting the PQL update. They got it actually on the 15th, which for all you old school Quake players, the CPM mod is back. So I don't know competitively how much this is going to boost the scene, but we should see players like CCM should be playing in a lot more tournaments. We should see like 04 should probably play in a lot more tournaments. But the competitive 2012 Quake Live competitive scene is about to get reshaped and should be a lot more competition.
Back in town.
It's going to be great.
Great tournaments.
Great tournaments.
Great experiences.
2012 Quake Live. Check it out.
All day.
All day, every day.
All day, every day. Also, last episode we talked a little bit about Battlefield 3 and the return of Battlefield to the competitive arena. So I hear you've got a couple tournaments you've been following.
Yeah, there's the ESL Pro Series has already started theirs, and I'll go ahead and mention it. As we said before, it's 8-on-8 conquest mode, so they're kind of setting the foundation for the competitive scene. And right off the bat, so many teams signed up. They're in group play right now. There are 5 teams in each group, but there are 16 groups, and every group has
a lot of groups.
At
That's
least
a lot of people.
one team that's undefeated. So coming out of group play, it's going to be crazy to see all these top-notch teams go against each other, and should really set the platform for how Battlefield 3 should be played. But that's in the European scene. That's mostly German teams. Happening here in America, the Alienware Arena is holding the North American Battlefield League, which just started up. And they have, the way theirs is working is that it's open format, so they're in open play right now. The top 32 teams that come out of the open bracket automatically get an invitation into the finals tournament, in which the winning team will receive $2,000, which is great because now
$2,000.
they're setting the foundation. It's a starting
All right,
point.
everyone's got to start somewhere.
It's not 10,000 rubles, so that's great to see. But
is that like $3.95?
$100.95 off you. But I do want to mention the top 3 teams. There are only 3 teams still left over, and it's Team Rival Gaming Red, Rival Gaming Black, and Team Hot in first, second, and third. And they're the only teams who are undefeated left. So should see them come out, and they've obviously established dominance already, but going into the top 32, look out for those top
Should
teams.
be some pretty crazy games.
Yeah.
If they're all undefeated, they're obviously good.
And the other thing, too, you have to kind of look at, too, is we talked about it with StarCraft, is that each country, you see different strategies develop. So seeing, the North American League versus what they're doing in the ESL Pro Series in Germany should be interesting to see, going forward into more international tournaments. This is kind of setting the precedence.
Amen to that. I can't wait to see Battlefield 3 come out to some of these bigger tournaments for
All
real.
the jets flying around,
Jets,
each
and
other.
helicopters, and
what's funny is ESL is actually doing a one-on-one jet fighter tournament as well
What?
on the side.
I mean, it's it's just a side thing.
It's just a side thing, but it's kind of interesting to see one-on-one jet fights.
I wouldn't do good in those because I suck at flying those damn jets, man. Every time I jump in one of the, I'm the guy who jumps in the jet and takes off and then either hits a mountain or instantly gets taken out.
You're just trying to kamikaze.
Yeah, I don't even know. And I was playing the other night and the other team just kept destroying us as we tried to take off. Mm-hmm. So moving out of that Battlefield 3 news, we have 2 other small news stories to talk about. One is a pretty interesting development coming out of Major League Gaming. They've actually canceled a couple of their shows. Shobo Peon actually put out on his personal blog that he would be leaving because they're going to stop the StarCraft report. And he was like, hey, MLG says that they're actually going to stop producing shows like that.
Yeah.
So, and they're also taking out F Slasher, Julie's show, a couple of other, shows. And MLG actually just put out like literally 4 hours ago, right before we started putting out or starting recording this episode, they said we're going to move away from shows like that and we're going to focus more on, the competitive aspect of gaming. They're keeping State of the Game and the Modern Warfare.
Weekly Warfare.
Weekly Warfare. I want to say Combat Report. Weekly Warfare. So going into 2012, there's going to be a lot of interesting changes in the lineup at Major League Gaming. And I wish everyone out there who ended up leaving, good luck out there. And so it should be interesting going into next year. So, and the other thing we want to talk about is Day 9 hitting the Forbes 30 under 30 list,
which is awesome.
Oh my gosh. Seriously, like if you're looking down like this list, like there's Donald Glover, Jonah Hill, LeBron James, like there's CEOs of like multi-million-dollar companies. So congratulations, Day 9, Sean Plott up in here. Awesome stuff for real. And also another interesting thing, the CEO of Riot Games, Brandon Beck, is also in there. So it's really cool to see not only like a CEO of a gaming company, but like a caster and commentator and personality just from gaming. Like seriously, like, normally you would think that people like that would be, out there, sports, like
it seems
sports,
like they
sports,
do those weird interviews where it's like, here's people playing video games and making money. How does that work?
I don't know. I hear that they go out there and they practice on the land. The land. No, seriously. I think it was I want to say Washington Post did an interview and the reporter was like, they practice on land. Land.
Get a better connection on land.
By the way, that's a D at the end of that. Land. It's not land, it's land.
It just means that now esports cannot be denied.
For real.
We are on the launching pad to something great. 2012 season.
Great awesomeness will occur.
Awesomeness will occur. 2012.
Oh, man.
Vote esports 2012.
Vote esports in what?
Everything. We're taking over, kids.
Every poll, like presidential election, right in esports. Esports is
DJ Wheat for president.
DJ Wheat in Day 9, president, vice president, or Tasteless and Art. Oh man, that's gonna split the vote.
Oh no, we should run our own mock campaign.
Oh man, oh my gosh! Look on the website BossFight.tv 2012. Tasteless and Artosis or Day 9 and DJ Wheat for president. Who would you vote for? Who would you vote for?
I'm going to go the political route and say that I favor all candidates and that it'll be a close race. And good luck to everybody.
Oh, man.
Slasher for Secretary of State.
No comment on that.
Hi, Slasher.
Oh, Jesus. On that note... I think that's about wraps. That's about wraps on BossFight TV's The Reload. We want to thank you guys for watching. Obviously, we're making changes all the way. You notice we have mics right here. I want to first off, we're working on the audio situation. Last week we had a shotgun mic that we borrowed from our friend Zach. So thanks to Zach again. Gave you a shout out last time. Shout out again. For helping us out. But Jason from My Heart Esports, again, he sent us out a sweet audio mixer that we can plug these awesome XLR mics in. And we borrowed these from some of our friends as well. And we're trying to figure out what models we're, going to end up getting.
We're in the market.
We're in the market. So if you're out there and you're like, hey, these are really good mics, or these are really good mics, or whatever. Everyone keeps saying the SM58s are really good. So, and we're gonna get mic stands, so we don't have to hold these here or whatever. We just didn't have mic stands at the
That was my suggestion
Right
previously.
here.
I don't know if you can hear me now, but I don't know. Yeah.
What's up, guys? How's it going out there? But seriously, though, we're working on it. We're looking to improve some stuff. And again, if you have any ideas or whatever, tweet at us, email us, staff@bossfight.tv, and shout out again, Jason, iHeartEsports.com or at iHeartEsports on them Twitters. They are our first awesome sponsor, so shout out to them. And also, make sure you follow us as well at BossFightTV. Again, any possible website out there, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch TV, YouTube, it's all whatever.com/BossFightTV. Awesome. So thank you guys for watching. Again, hopefully we'll keep improving and keep this ship rocking. So this is Josh Engel, also known as Anti-Pro, signing off along with...
I'm Mike Bisson, a.k.a. Mohawk Mike. Thank you for supporting esports in whatever capacity you do, and thank you for considering.